Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com. On this report, I'm going to preview the NBA Finals from a betting standpoint, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to have some trends, just like the old score phone days. And in addition, I will have a free Major League Baseball winner on this report. Off a phenomenal 3-1 day yesterday on OffshoreInsiders.com. Remember, we count WNBA and NHL separately. We always have. They're considered to be niche as well as horse racing, etc. So 3-1 with baseball picks yesterday, but that included two massive underdogs. One of 255. The other one was plus 187, I believe it was. So in reality, your wallet essentially said that we went 5-1. Another great portfolio for tonight. NBA Wise Guy play on the side. We got 3 nighttime baseball at OffshoreInsiders.com. Look, I'm one of the few people who I do at least give the Cleveland Cavaliers a chance to win the NBA Finals, and it can be summed up pretty succinctly. LeBron James. The guy is that great. The Cleveland Cavaliers were not the most talented team against Toronto. They were not the most talented team against the Boston Celtics. And again, I think we focus so much on the 2 key injuries that the Celtics have, but not so much on the great young players they had. But because LeBron James is that good, he can truly will a team to victory. He's one of the 2 greatest players of my lifetime. And as you can see, I'm not exactly a spring chicken. Wilt Chamberlain, I remember him kind of at the end of his career, so he's not, counted in that. But obviously, he and Michael Jordan, far and away, the 2 best basketball players I've ever seen. And of course, I've seen, that I lived through the Bird and Magic era, and there have been plenty of great players along the way, including some guys on the Golden State Warriors right now. But he is that good. So I do think that Cleveland will likely extend the series to 6 or 7 games. But I can't outsmart the room and say that they're going to win the series. That being said, they're massive underdogs. And when you're talking about betting futures bets or betting anything on the money line, it's truly about value. So if you have, for example, in horse racing, you're betting horse racing several times a day. If you have a horse that's at 20-1, but you think he should be, or she should be a 5-1, well, that 5-1 becomes a good bet. Therefore, I don't think betting on the Cavaliers to win the series is all that terrible of a bet because, as I said, LeBron James is all that good. Of course, the key is Kevin Love, concussion protocol. I think, the tea leaves say at most, he could miss 1 game, but he should be able to play most of the series. Now, it is a mismatch. The Cavaliers are outscoring teams by 10.3 points per 100 possessions compared to 1.2 for the Cavaliers, and that's important because it takes into consideration the pace. But the Warriors, a net plus 10.3, and they've, of course, played a tougher schedule. That's just in the playoffs. They played a tougher schedule to get here. They played the Houston Rockets, the second-best team in the league, where Cleveland had a shorter road here. Now, the fact that the games are spread out in the NBA Finals, where you're going to have a couple days rest between most of the games, that clearly benefits the team with less depth, which is the Cavs. So the great LeBron James will be able to rest, and he'll be able to play, 42, 43 minutes. And, therefore, any team that has LeBron James always has hopes. Cavs did give up a lot of open looks at 3-pointers, while Golden State is second in the playoffs at getting 12.3 unguarded catch and shoot 3-point shots a game. So Cleveland will have to step it up on offense, although George Hill matches up as well statistically, according to advanced analytics, as anyone does against Steph Curry. It's held him to just 19 points per game in his career while averaging a pretty solid 13.1 himself. Now, Andre Iguodala, his injury status is quite key, especially when it comes to the total, very key. Defensive player for the Warriors. Look, Golden State, they're expected, of course, Kevin Durant's expected to be the main defender against LeBron James, but, with Green and Thompson, they can throw so many bodies at him. I can't outsmart the room, and like I said, tell you that Cleveland is going to win this series. I still think, though, that they're a little bit too much of an underdog. I do think the best bet in this series is for Golden State to win it in 7. And when I was checking around, it was plus 330. If you don't watch a lot of my videos, remember, I've never been a big fan of betting futures bets because the key to my success, or one of the many keys to my success, but high on the list is the ability to make game-by-game adjustments. So much of the odds makers' overreaction and the bounce back and the public overreaction has to deal with the results of the previous game. So I don't like to bet futures bets. I'll give you picks, predictions. I don't like to make futures bets because I want to have my mind clear and never, ever, ever be biased in making those game-to-game adjustments. So who knows? It's quite possible that Golden State wins the first 2 games at home, and then I like them as a big road favorite in Game 3, which would be kind of contradictory to, my prediction that this will go 7 games. But again, that's a prediction. I just do not like futures bets for the reasons I've stated many times. Let's take a look at some trends in this. It goes back to my old score phone days. This is May the 31st. Tomorrow, June the 1st, will be my 30th year in the business. Full-time, that is. I was actually in the business more than 30 years before that, working full-time while in school at Dial Sports. So but as far as selling picks, this will be the final day of my 29th year, and I got my start on the score phones where we used to give trends, a very popular feature. All records are ATS. Cavaliers are 2-8 versus the Pacific Division, 1-6 playing on 3 or more days rest. So that's kind of moderately surprised for the reasons I just stated, because you would think the Cavaliers would benefit from the day's rest more than most teams. Golden State, though, 4-10 playing on 2 days rest. Now, that does make sense because Golden State has so much depth. And, when a team's in a groove, which Golden State usually is, you really don't want that rest to come out of the groove. They're 8-21 following a spread win, 6-17 following a straight-up win. As far as some over-under trends, Cleveland's going under 4-5 following a spread win. And, that's pretty Golden State. Well, that's pretty much it from a trends standpoint. Now, at offshoreinsiders.com, I do want to have a free pick for you for today. I'm going to go with Baltimore and Cashner plus 165 against the New York Yankees and Gray. And the truth is, I have a bunch of systems that apply here that have done well historically, but in 2008 to the last 2 years, they haven't done quite as well. So it's one of these cases where we have a couple systems on the back burner waiting to see if their historical significance, if their historical winning will make a comeback. Even some of our best systems don't win every single solitary year. This is not one of our 3 premium plays, but teams that have a very negative run differential, regression to the mean angle, plus 112.91 units, going against good teams off of a win, plus 218.63 units, and another regression to the mean that has to do not with run differential, but record differential is plus 122.07. It says go with the inferior team under those circumstances. They all benefit the Baltimore Orioles, based on the mere angles. That should be a premium pick, but as I said, the last couple years they've been leveling off. So we definitely like trends and angles that have won for years and years and years and years, but when they're not doing as well in recent times, of course we take that into consideration. Come on, obviously we do. But that is a free pick, and again, the free picks we give usually when during a college basketball season or college football. If we have like 5 or 6 premium picks, we'll often give a premium pick as a free pick. A little bit less so in baseball, but often our free pick is the highest rated pick that didn't quite rise to the level of premium pick, and that would be the Baltimore Orioles. Make sure you subscribe to my videos. If you like these videos, how the hell can you not like these videos? Subscribe to them right now. Also, if you're listening to the audio version of this, the audio podcast, you can please give us a 5-star review. That will help us out. And remember, we're also brought to you by mybookie.ag, where if you use the promo code Duffy, Duffy, you will get a 50% sign-up bonus.